Now, Mary Ellen, let me stay with you for 1 second. You were of the mind that, hey, they should be looking for somebody who was there before, who knew where they were inside that house. Why?
Well, I say that because the crime was actually very successful. And in my experience in cases that I've worked as a profiler, when I see a crime like this, multiple victims, early morning hours, the individual gets in, he kills 4 people, and then he leaves successfully. He's able to navigate around that house. And I'm not talking about being familiar with it just because the floor plans were on the internet. This person has taken a huge risk. There could be weapons inside the home. There could be cameras inside the home. There could be alarms, other animals, other people. So this person planned out this crime. They're not going to leave to chance not being able to navigate through that home. So that tells me they've been inside the home. The second thing it tells me, based on other cases that I've worked, this person is comfortable being inside of other people's homes. So I would be looking for that kind of criminal behavior actually in their background.
Joe, what does it tell us, though, that the person made choices about who to kill and who not?
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, it's a knife. It's an up-close and personal weapon. He brought the weapon with him, apparently, and he went to basically, hunting for whatever target he was looking for. I still think that he went into one room, he killed the 2 people there, and then realized that they weren't the ones that he was looking for, and then went to the other room. So it's important that investigators try to determine which victim was first, and then try to piece it together that way, and maybe look at that person as the nexus of why this killer, chose them. We also have to also consider, too, that this person was inside the house before they even came home, which is just another thing that we have to look into, that this person got in, was waiting for them to come home, wait for them to go to sleep, and then did the crime. So that's just another angle that they have to look at and just piece together this timeline. I mean, the timeline's got a lot of holes in it. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, timeline has some holes, and also how he got in. This isn't a regular house where everything was locked, and we see that something had to be broken to get in, and there was an alarm, or not. It was more of that kind of, not a frat house, but one of those college houses where supposedly the front door was open, and the kids had locks on their doors. But what does that tell us in terms of what kind of planning or how easy this could have been, right?
Well, that's why I agree with Mary Ellen that this person has been there before. He knows the layout. He knows exactly that the door is going to be open. We don't know which door he came in from, the front or the back. Hopefully, investigators, between all the blood spatter and everything else, that he had to walk through it and they know how he left. And then maybe he touched something else, maybe a doorknob or a door, or leaned against something, and maybe they can be able to get maybe a palm print or something else like that. I know people think that he might be wearing gloves, might be wearing a Tyvek suit. But listen, in a violent attack like that, I don't care if he's wearing a suit of armor. He's going to end up cutting himself or leaving something behind him. And it's just the way it goes. And that's what I've experienced, too, with some of these knife attacks. Generally, the person does cut themselves.
And we're showing this one picture that came out of how there was so much blood, it was like seeping through down the outside of the house. And if that is true and consistent with what's in the house, there's so much blood that they should be able to see where he moved based on footprints and other parts of him. So they'll get a sense of what kind of progress, assuming it was a him. Now, Joe, you also have a problem that they shouldn't have returned the personal items and they should have put out a reward from the start. Why?
Well, yeah. Giving back the personal items yesterday, I mean, it basically effectively closes your crime scene, right? Then we see a video last night of cops going back to the house, which is not a good thing, right? So you closed down the crime scene yesterday afternoon, as far as I was concerned. There's no going back there unless you're just going to take a look and see what's going on. But as far as removing evidence, that chance is over. And the other thing about the reward is, like, for instance, we don't know how long they've been sitting on this car thing. If they just got it, then that's fine. But if they've been sitting on this car for the last 4 weeks, that would have been the perfect opportunity to put that car description out right away and put a Crime Stoppers reward. Because listen, people will tend to come across with those tips for money. Then I know they say they got a lot of tips, but unfortunately, I think you get a lot of tips that aren't going to be really valuable, and they still have to vet them out anyway, which takes a lot of personnel time. And I just think that a reward up front, and a reward up front wouldn't have shown that they were desperate. A reward now would show that they were desperate. So I don't see that in the future.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And Don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.